Let's think back to how we've developed the numbers that we have so far. We started out counting on a number line. So we had 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. After a while, we ran out of symbols, so we developed place value to let us describe very big numbers. Then we noticed that there were all of these gaps in the number line, and to fill those in, we developed the fractions. But looking at this number line, I noticed something big and obvious missing. The question that immediately comes to mind is, why am I going this way? Why don't I ever go this way? Instead of going to the right, I could go to the left. And I could go to the left by the same distance that I did to the right. I have a 1 over here. I really ought to have another 1 over here, and another 2, another 3, another 4, and so on. But that's no good, right? What's the problem? The problem is that the symbol 2 now describes 2 different points. And that's no good, right? When I say 2, you have to know what I mean. So to distinguish between the 1 off to the right and the 1 off to the left, the 2 off to the right and the 2 off to the left, how do we solve the problem? We call these numbers over here the negative numbers, and we write this symbol before them. Now that we have these negative numbers, we need a name for the old numbers, and so we say that the numbers to the right of 0, the positive numbers. And you should note, numbers to the left of 0 are negative, numbers to the right of 0 are positive. 0 itself is neither of those. 0 itself is neither positive nor negative. It's just 0. So let's look at that number line that includes the negatives again. Right now I have labeled the whole numbers and the negative versions of the whole numbers. Collectively, that family of numbers are referred to as the integers. But just as we can divide positive units into 3 equal parts and get thirds, and so have, for example, the number 5/3 out here between 1 and 2, we can divide the negative units into 3 equal parts, and counting out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thirds to the left of 0, we can get negative 5/3 over here. Collectively, then, the numbers that can be expressed as positive fractions or negative fractions also have a name. These are called the rational numbers. Now, this isn't rational as in it makes sense. It's rational as in ratio. They're the numbers that can be expressed with a ratio. So what can we do with these numbers? Well, the simplest and most obvious thing that we can do with them is plot them on a number line. So for example, we could draw a number line which shows -4, +3.5, -2 1/3, and -3/4. It looks like the farthest to the left I'm likely to need to go is my -4. Just to the right of -4 is going to be -3, -2, -1, then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So -4, that's right here. +3.5, I take the unit from that starts at 3 and goes up to 4, cut it in half. There's 3.5. -2 1/3, that's going to be just to the left of -2, because I start from 0 and I go 1, 2, and then another third units. So cutting this unit into 3 equal parts. -2 1/3 is going to be here. Then finally -3/4. That's going to be to the left of 0. How far? Cut my unit into 4 equal parts and take 1, 2, 3 of them. I'm going to have you try one of these. Draw a number line showing -2, -5.5, 1 3/4, and -1/3. Pause the video and try this now. All right, so it looks like I'm going to need -5.5 off to the left. I'm going to start out beyond there. What comes after -5 to the left is -6. So I'll start at -6, 0, and then to get up past 1 3/4, I need to go up to 2. Looks like I didn't give myself quite enough space. Here we go, 2 out here. So -2, well, that's already marked. That's right here. -5.5. I go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a further half. So I cut this unit into 2 equal parts. Here's -5.5. +1 3/4. So 1 unit, and then I need another 3/4. So I'll cut this unit into 4 equal parts. I'll go 1, 2, 3 of them. And finally -1/3. Well, from 0 I want to go left by 1/3. So I'll cut this unit into 3 equal parts. I'll take 1 of them. And there's -1/3.